What's up, guys? Man, we're going to be well, we're not. We haven't been. Regardless, though, when it comes to AMC and what's been happening, thank you guys for following along. Listen, there's a gentleman on social media by the name of SouthSync. He's been running a channel, I guess, over on Reddit. I've known about him for quite a while. I just didn't realize the amount of DD and information that he's done, actual due diligence. Now, I know there for a long time, I was doing a massive amount of due diligence myself, and Adam made tons of videos pointing out his connections across the board in so many different avenues and so many different ways, made those videos and shared them with you. And I was just going through some of his DD that he did, and there's just so much of it to sit and try to break down each part of it to give you kind of the what do they call it, the long and short of it. Basically, the long and short we all know is Adam Aaron screwed us. But regardless, some of this DD, I really think you guys should go look at it. I mean, some of it, he was doing this 2 years ago and putting this information together. And, with a lot of these social media and YouTube pumpers, you'll see that they claim that they do DD, right? They are doing DD based on what's going to drive the viewers, what's going to drive people to come to their channels and listen to them, what's going to hype them up, what's going to give them hopium, right? So the people keep coming back, and they call it their due diligence. But what you will find is those guys will never do any due diligence that would go against any of the narratives of what they're pushing when it comes to Adam Aaron or the AMC stock. So those guys that you see running around out there, of course, like Retail Stock, AMC Bigums, Tony De Niro, and maybe not. I've seen Tony kind of go on both sides of the fence. he plays both sides, absolutely, in my opinion. Boss Blunts, any of those guys, Phil for real. You'll see, and KC Shaw, everything that they focus on, they only choose what fits the narrative. They won't look at, what about this data? And I said that before in the past. Here's this information. How can you avoid it? How can you not discuss it? Why would it happen? One of those in the past that we have seen is, do you remember all the lawsuits that were brought against Adam and AMC over the years for the things that they've done? And that's what's cool about SouthSync's DD. He shows and points out these lawsuits. And a lot of people are talking about the debt, right? We got to save AMC, save Billy, go to the movies, buy the popcorn, right? We got to get them to the next level so we can kill the short thesis. Even Adam Aaron said that in the Robert audio, right? But people just won't look at the fact that where did the debt actually start and when? Do you know when the debt started? See, everybody wants to blame COVID. But the thing is Adam came on board in December of 2016. Remember, he got planted by Apollo, right? Because he was still being paid by Apollo as a senior broker for Apollo, buddies with Leon Black. That information is so available. And that's why you'll see a lot of people that talk about the connections, and he's an Apollo man, and his goal was basically to come and drive AMC into the ground, whatever those stories may be. And then Apes messed that up. But when you look at this DD, something that stood out to me and made me want to make this video, and I've been talking to SouthSync, of course, and asking permission to kind of use his information, is he had talked about these acquisitions. Hold on a second. Sorry, I had to wait for the heater to turn off. I had to jump up and go turn it off because I've done a couple videos sitting in my dining area, and I've noticed the background noise of the stupid heater. But anyway, what I was getting at, one of the things that drew my attention is that debt started prior to COVID. A lot of it, all of it, $4 billion freaking dollars. The reason that AMC, now granted, they didn't necessarily know COVID was potentially going to take off, but that debt came from acquisitions, right? They purchased Odeon on the Europe side, they purchased Carmike, and then there was another one that he has listed in there. But one of those lawsuits was about their lack of information, or what they gave Adam Aaron and the board, and misinformation in their opinion about the purchase of these places, such as Carmike, and the condition of these places and what it could do on the financial sides and the effects of how it could affect the overall stock price, which once Adam came on board, if you guys go look, AMC stock has just been going down and debt's been going up, right? And COVID, the only reason AMC stock went up is because everybody jumped on the bandwagon after the GME fiasco, and it was getting pumped about the next big Moas and squeeze stock, right? So, but if you look, one of the things that he pointed out is all of that information has kind of come true. With these theater closures, You know, those theaters that AMC has been closing, right? If anybody's paid attention, South Sync has paid attention. I haven't gone and confirmed it. I'll say it first and foremost. I'm going to trust his DD, but gone and confirmed and looked closely at what theaters are actually being shut down. And there's a high percentage of those that are actually those former purchases of those Carmike and that other place. I should go back and read it right now. I just can't remember it, but it's those that are the ones that are having to close because those were low performers to begin with when he absorbed them and purchased them for like $1.2 billion with the Carmike, I think it was, and then paid off like however much, quarter billion dollars worth of debt for him too of that acquisition. Like that all was his bad bets, right? His gambling bets, whatever the case may be, how he's going to make AMC #1 movie theater with the largest amount of theaters, right? But this data and this information, like when you look at it, see, there's always two sides to a coin. There's always two sides to a story, right? But granted, the one side, the Adam loyalists and the Adam lovers, will never want to look at the other side of the coin. Let's face it. They don't want to. I didn't want to for the longest time, because it goes against how I want to feel. Because, see, I got money invested. They have money invested. You have money invested, right? So you don't want to take that risk. You don't want to know. But the thing is once you do start to look at all the actual due diligence, I mean all of it from both sides of it, you really start to see and you start to wake up. And that's why I always say, once you take the pill, right, once you see the truth, you can't go back. And that's why I say everyone has a clock, tick tock. It's just a matter of time before the truth gets you. Make that into a song, right? That should be my starting. Did the shorts cover? What are we talking about? You're going to be so fucking rich. Nah, tick tock. Everyone has a clock. It's just a matter of time before the truth gets to you, right? So it's unfortunate, but when you look at that, and that's why I say all of this just piles up for us to realize that, in my opinion, and everyone else that's starting to see it, is Adam was never on retail's side. Ever. Now, can we prove that he came over from Apollo and his ultimate goal was to bankrupt AMC so Apollo could absorb him again like they did once before in 2013, resell him and make all that money? Could be the case. But unfortunately, Ape screwed that up, right? We came in, boom, boom, boom. Now he's been on this path to save AMC, whatever the case may be. But I really, really want you to look at this, because I'd really love to know if all these theaters are truly being closed down is due to the fact of Adam's bad acquisitions, his bad decisions, his bad choices, and then COVID came and slapped him in the face and just made it that much harder. And then we came and saved him. And then he got rich, big time rich. He's made more money in a short period of time with AMC than he's ever made in his entire freaking career. Then he gets his sons rich instantly by giving them shares. Are you rich? Are you all effing rich? Did it come true what Boss Blunts told you would happen? Or are you sitting back in the red? I don't know. But anyway, go check out South Sync's DD. Tell me what you think. Drop your comments. I had to share this, get it out there. It's just more information. I think everyone deserves every ounce of due diligence from both sides of the story. Both sides of the coin. Popcorn, right? But remember, have a good day, guys.